People's daughters are resorting to prostitution to make their monthly expenses manageable.
Really?
They're really just doing whatever they can to see an extra 50 pula. And so I'm going to come and say, no, you don't have to be forced to do that. There's other ways. In the era, a new era of youth politics, I don't think we've seen such vocal youth, AP Congress being so nicely publicized, as well as the BNF Congress. So the youth voice is growing. And so my role that I want to play right now in the Botswana Congress Party Youth League is to be that of a student liaison officer. So I'll bridge the gap between the Botswana Congress Party and students. Right now, the party is not as fashionable as UDC to students, as we've seen. And so I'm going to deal with such issues, making the party more attractive, but more importantly, changing the status quo. Right now, students struggle bad. As students, we struggle. And I was saying this yesterday at a press conference. Botswana has the second highest cost of living on the African continent.
Really?
Meaning, yes.
After?
Is it Tanzania? That's why I'm not sure. But we are second. Food is expensive. Transport is expensive. Accommodation is expensive. If you're a Roman, your toiletries are through the roof in terms of costs. So our students need advocacy for their student welfare. Their 1.9 does not apply to such an economy that we live in today. If you go to UB, the ground is scary. Women, people's daughters are resorting to prostitution to make their monthly expenses manageable. Really? They're really just doing whatever they can to see an extra 50 pula. And so I'm going to come and say, no, you don't have to be forced to do that. There's other ways. I am a big advocate for part-time jobs, get them waitering somewhere, so that they can be paid a tip every day. So every day they can have something to eat. But also I think there's a base salary at the end of the month, so that they're more comfortable. Such issues must come to an end, and that's the role I want to play. I want to be the biggest advocate for students. I don't care if the student is a believer in the UDC, BDP or whatnot, and that I come from BCP. I'm going to be a student advocate under the Lime Revolution, yes, so that such can come.
Why Lime Revolution? Can you explain that terminology?
Yes, the name. So Lime because, of course, we're in the BCP. Revolution because...
Lime is your color.
Yes, lime is our color. But revolution because the status quo is going to change quite radically for youth. We're going to be policy inputters of note. We want to establish a youth parliament. And so we want to pass bills that will really advocate for youth. Youth, as students, a popular topic is the 2.5 allowance as example.
Is that too low?
What if that figure's too low? You know, we want to be able to debate such and also take a look at government budgets and say, no. The Ministry of Higher Education is a ministry for the youth. It's ours. But how much of an input do we have into how that budget is allocated? How does the minister collaborate with us to know what we need on the ground? Because the minister is not, I can tell you this for a fact, he's not visiting our schools.
Never.
So where does he get it from that we want to put this much into this much into... So it's going to be a revolution because it's going to be very radical. He
doesn't
change.
interact with the youth.
100%. He's not on the ground. So, and I've mentioned this before.